If you truly want to end an enemy, don't meet them head-on. Don't waste strength in obvious battles. Instead, dismantle them piece by piece, until they vanish without a fight, until the world forgets they were ever a threat. 1. Starve their influence. Power is never about strength alone. It's about reach. An enemy doesn't survive on their own force. They survive on the recognition they're given, the platform they're handed, the attention they feed on. Every moment you acknowledge them, you lend them legitimacy, so you take it away. Don't fight them in the open, simply deny them oxygen. If they speak, don't echo it. If they provoke, don't respond. When their name is called, remain silent. The world is built on noise, and silence is the one weapon most people underestimate. Watch how their voice shrinks when the crowd stops cheering, when the spotlight moves elsewhere, when the applause they rely on dies into nothing. An enemy ignored becomes an enemy erased, and that erasure is far more crushing than any direct blow. 2. Undermine their credibility. The strongest wall isn't broken from the outside. It crumbles from within. Every enemy carries cracks in their own armor, contradictions in their words, flaws in their record. You don't need to invent lies. You only need to shine a light on the truth they've been hoping no one notices. Expose inconsistencies. Place their past statements against their present actions. Let others connect the dots. Do not attack them with rage. Attack them with clarity. Make them explain themselves, again and again, until the contradictions become undeniable. Credibility is the one currency no one can buy back once it's lost. It erodes slowly, then all at once. First, people hesitate. Then, they stop believing. Finally, they turn away. And when no one trusts your enemy, they no longer need to be fought. They collapse under the weight of their own lies. 3. Exploit their pride. Pride is a weapon that turns inward. The moment your enemy believes they're invincible, they've already opened the door to their own downfall. Don't argue with their arrogance. Feed it. Encourage their overconfidence. Agree when they boast. Nudge them toward risks disguised as triumphs. Let them believe they're untouchable. The higher they climb, the further they fall. Pride blinds them to the traps they set for themselves, blinds them to the patience of those watching quietly from below. Their downfall won't be because you pushed. They'll jump, thinking they're flying. When their own hubris destroys them, no one will blame you, and the world will remember. Arrogance doesn't end with applause, it ends with ruin. 4. Drain their resources. Every battle consumes resources: time, money, energy, attention. An enemy with unlimited firepower can't be destroyed by force, but they can be worn down by attrition. You don't strike directly, you make them bleed themselves dry. Lure them into chasing shadows. Force them into endless defense against threats that aren't real. Give them fires to put out, each one draining their focus from what actually matters. What seems small at first, a little time lost here, a little money wasted there, snowballs into exhaustion. They burn energy on battles that don't exist while you conserve yours. They spread themselves thinner and thinner until there's nothing left to give. By the time they realize their army is gone, their coffers are empty, and their spirit is spent. The clever enemy isn't defeated in one strike. They're defeated slowly, until their very strength turns into weakness. 5. Turn allies into doubts. No empire collapses from the outside first. It decays from within. Your enemy's greatest strength isn't their power, it's the people who stand beside them. Remove those people, and their throne turns into an empty chair. But don't pull them away with force. Seed suspicion, a whisper here, a doubt there. Suggest betrayal where none exists. Let paranoia do your work for you. The smallest seed grows into distrust, and distrust spreads faster than fire. Soon, allies hesitate before obeying orders. Friends begin to question motives. Loyalties fracture. When an enemy turns inward, fighting shadows in their own camp, they've already lost. You don't need to attack, just wait. Because no blade cuts deeper than betrayal, and no war ends quicker than one fought against yourself. 6. Stay invisible. The most frustrating enemy is the one you can't find. Let them search. Let them waste time preparing for attacks that never come. If they can't see you, they can't strike you. Don't give them a target. Don't meet them where they expect you. Strike only through circumstance, through outcomes that seem like accidents, through losses they can't trace back to you. Every unseen hand that shifts the ground beneath them chips away at their sense of control. And when an enemy can't point to the cause of their suffering, they begin to unravel. They fight ghosts. They see threats in every shadow. They spread themselves too thin, defending against nothing. Invisibility is more than hiding. It's turning their own fear into a weapon they can't counter. 7. Win by endurance. The final and most absolute weapon isn't strength, it's time. No enemy, no matter how powerful, can fight forever. Rage burns hot, but it burns out. Noise makes an impact, but it fades into silence. All you must do is last. Endure. Keep moving forward as they tire themselves out. Let them waste energy on fury, while you conserve yours on patience. Watch as they lose momentum, as their fire turns to embers, as they begin to fall behind. Survival is the quietest victory, but it's also the most permanent. When the dust settles, when all the noise is gone, when history looks back, it won't be their name remembered. It'll be yours. The one who endured. The one who outlasted. The one who won without ever being touched. Destruction, in its purest form, is not always an act of violence. It is not the clash of steel or the roar of cannons. True destruction is patient, quiet, deliberate. It leaves no fingerprints, no obvious trail. An enemy defeated by force may rise again. An enemy dismantled in silence never recovers, because by the time they realize they are falling, the ground beneath them has already been removed. Every empire in history believed it would last forever. Every tyrant believed their power unshakable. And yet none of them endured, not because of the enemies who charged at their gates, but because of time, doubt, and decay. Power is never lost in a single moment. It leaks, it rots, it withers from within. What I've shown you is not a strategy of war, but of erosion, the slow wearing away of an enemy until nothing remains but memory. There is a lesson here beyond conflict. To destroy without being seen is to live in a higher patience than most can bear. It means resisting the temptation to strike quickly, to announce yourself, to demand immediate satisfaction. It means embracing the long game, knowing that silence can wound more deeply than any blade. Those who crave victory too soon will never taste it fully. Those who endure will own it completely. And consider this: the enemy you face may not always be a person. Sometimes it is fear. Sometimes it is doubt. Sometimes it is the past that refuses to let you go. The same principles apply. Starve it of attention. Undermine its hold on you. Exploit its pride when it grows too loud. Drain its power by refusing to feed it. Turn its allies into doubts. Make it question itself. Deny it the satisfaction of facing you head-on. Outlast it. Every battle within you can be fought the same way. These 7 ways are not just weapons. They are philosophies of survival. They teach us that power does not come from the noise we make, but from the control we hold over ourselves, the patience to wait, the precision to act at the right moment. They remind us that the world bends not to those who scream the loudest, but to those who stay standing when everyone else has collapsed. In the end, victory is not about glory. It is not about being seen holding the crown or standing on the ruins of a fallen rival. Victory is about permanence, about leaving no trace of the enemy behind, no chance for them to rise again. The loudest victories fade, the quiet ones last, and those who understand this will always have the final word. So take these methods not as instructions of cruelty, but as lessons of discipline. Use them wisely, whether against others or within yourself. Because to destroy without fighting is not simply to win, it is to master the art of control, and control is the sharpest weapon you will ever wield.